What's up? What's up, everyone? Dark Cat here. Um, First of all, I'd just like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and thank you for uh, supporting our channel because it's been about more than a year and we've become quite happy with how we've done with the channel and the amount of viewers we have. And yeah, just thank you all for supporting our channel by subscribing and watching our videos. Hope you enjoy them. And yeah, today I have my Bermuda deck profile. I know I had a deck profile that I attempted on the channel a while ago. That was, now that I look back, a bit silly. This is a more serious version of the deck. Although at the same time it's still very fun, and yeah, this has just worked really well for me, and I think I'm gonna stick to this build for a long time with Bermudas until they get their next extra booster, which will be next year. And so until then, this is Bermuda. This is just after the release of Set 9, and so I'm just going to go through it and talk about why I like this deck. Okay, so first of all, starting Vanguard Weddle. I think this is just very solid, and its effect is just great if you're deciding to use it whether or not. As I think the grade 3 search is just unnecessary, and I'd rather have a card that is not only 5k support but just very good, that helps the deck entirely. Next is the 3k Rackbird clone, which is a grade 0. This is like, I really like this card. Using it early game with Weddle, you can help draw it into your key cards, but it's just very good all around, especially when you're bouncing everything. It's not going to matter too much, it being 3k. It's just not going to be there for too long, but I can talk about that more as we go in. The trigger lineup, I've actually gone abused draw triggers at 6. People may start thinking, maybe 6 is a bit too much and you're really just gonna burn the deck out. I think, yes, of course, this deck does burn out, and you really need to have a think mid-game whether you want to keep drawing using Bermuda effects and such, but having lots of draw triggers just makes this deck crazy with the hand size. On top of that, 4 stand and 2 critical, 4 heals as standard, but with the stand triggers and the criticals, I'm running the Pearl Sisters, as you can see, and the effect of the grade 1 is on hit as well as the grade 2. The grade 1 is the more important one here, but the stand triggers just help, whereas I like, the crits are good, but if you can hit with the Pearl Sisters, which I'll talk about, you're just gonna really, you're just gonna keep plussing solidly, and that's the main thing. That's like, these are like the main keys of the deck. But yeah, I just find with Bermuda, you do want to be critting them early game, but of course you need to have a really good late game so you can finish them off. Otherwise, you're gonna burn yourself out, and this is where the stand triggers come in and really help with that. So I rather the stands, run more stands than crits. And so that's the triggers, 6, 4, 2, and then of course 4 heals. Moving on to grade 1s. Actually no, I think I'll move on to grade 3, sorry. For the grade 3s, 3 Lena, 2 Pacifica, 1 Flores, and 1 Salem. Now, I didn't want to focus the deck on Pacifica since I've got the 6 draw triggers. If you're gonna have Pacifica soul charging each turn, you're really just gonna die like soon enough, and that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be winning the game, of course. Pacifica's good, but yeah, I just didn't want it as a main Vanguard, and decided I wanted Lena. As you know, the Bermuda profile, if you watched it, it was a Lena focused build, but and I still wanted to continue going with that. I just needed some support, and that's where Pacific came in, and it helped a whole lot. Even if you don't get to Lena as your first ride, you'd probably rather the Pacifica, as yeah, it just gets through your deck and just gets to all the key cards you need. It's just great for that, as well as I hear some people use it for even stacking for very late game, and I guess yes, you do get there, but it's just an interesting thought. But so yeah, the three Lena because I like to focus on Lena and cards like because I'm maxing Rock Rio, cards like this goes very well because you get to call this, draw a card. It goes well behind Pacifica and Lena as your vanguards because when you've got four more Bermudas, and which you usually will with this deck, you're swinging for 16, which is just a perfect number. In most cases, not so much against the cross rides, but yeah, as I talked about, swinging for 16 is just fine, and then you get to return it to your hand later with Lena if you're not going to use Flores or Pearl Sister. Now, with the Flores, one Flores and one Salem, these are just really solid cards. Like, I would run more of this, and I'm really just thinking of what I can cut down to run another one of the Salems because having the hand size, the massive hand size, and then the offensive blow with this card, the deck just becomes very scary and uh, really overwhelming. And so this is a very good card. I'm on Flores just because it's just another solid 10k. Helps to return any cards you've got on the field that you need to get to your hand, as well as applying pressure, swinging for those guards. Otherwise, you get to, plus very well. And then to the grade twos. Four of the what's his name for free. Oh, sorry. Oh, Flute Girl. I'm just reading the Japanese. Sorry. Yeah, four of the Flute Girl becomes an 11k attacker when you've got four more Bermudas on your board. That's very good, especially when I'm running the stand triggers for me. Basically, I've got lots of 7k grade ones, and so it can swing for 18, which is a key number against cross rides. And yeah, it's just a nice offensive grade 2 to have. The other grade 2s, 4 of the grade 2 Sister Pearl. This is like one of the keys of the deck. And then 4 of the Girls Rock Rio, of course. Now, I wanted to max the grade 2. Well, I maxed all the grade 2s for starters, but I really wanted to max the grade 2 Pearl Sister, the Girls Rock Rio. This mainly because if you can open up with the grade 2 Pearl Sister, the grade 1 Pearl Sister, and another grade 1, you've really caused an interesting start of the game, and you can almost create an imbalance to the game, although it may sound silly. Just this, along with Weddle, you can stack the effect onto the grade 2 Pearl Sister. So if you're attacking, you get to draw 2 cards, which is an immediate +2. Otherwise, if your opponent doesn't like that, they're going to have to guard, of course, and so that's going to get them at least -1, hopefully -2, but that's the main thing. And then with the Lena, bouncing the grade 1 Pearl Sisters, you can just keep going with these and trying to keep hitting the Vanguard with this early game, and so really pluses you early game, and then hopefully that'll help you into late game. Then 4 of the Girls Rock Rio, because these are very good to spam with on grade 2, even grade 3, especially because you're running 3 Lena, and you can just like if you call 2 of these on grade 2, and your grade 3 is Lena, you ride your grade 3, which is what you have to do, and then you plus out of it. So this is very good with that. And then the grade 1s, 3 of the AK Vanillas. I would run 4, but I'm kinda running 13 grade 3s, and so I want to keep it there, so I have to be running. I feel like I have to be running 3 of the AK Vanillas. And that goes well anyway. especially since you're bouncing everything. So usually, if you get to the 3 in hand, you can bounce everything and create your field the right way you want to. Two of the uh, Miltoa, the Dark Cat Clone. This is very good for your opening hand. Like, it's a good card to ride as you can draw into maybe your Pearl Sisters or just draw. Regardless, although your opponent gets a draw, that's only why I like to run two. Um, yeah, I used to play the Feluca, and that was a bad decision. Like, you get enough soul, and soul isn't always needed anyway. So this is just a nice card to have. And once it's returned to your hand, you can just get rid of it easily. Now, yeah, as I was talking about, the 4 Pearl Sister grade 1 for the grade 2. The more you have, the better, because the more you stack this card and the more the winning, the more plussing you get out of it, I guess. Either way, either minusing your opponent or plussing yourself. And then for the null guards, because you've just got an ultra defensive deck with these, and I usually use for like every game I play with this deck because it just gets so well, and I just keep drawing into them, and so you've just got the perfect defense, and they're gonna have to go through. Like, they're gonna have an offensive deck. You've got the best defense really. So that's the deck. Yeah, the Girls Rock Rio, as I was talking about before. I'll just talk about a few of the tech specs. The Girls Rock Rio at 4. This goes very well when you just have it on the field, on the board, and you've got the Pearl Sister and of course the Flores. Of course, it's just you just keep attacking, and it just really gets your opponent's card. Otherwise, you get a nice plus. You can easily ditch this. That's why I like having 4, just because yeah, I'll never run out at the right time. I'll always get to it when I need to, or, theoretically at least. And so that's the deck. One of my many decks I have at the moment. I think I have about 7. So if you guys ever want deck profiles, if you're bored, just ask me. I've got like a few. This is one of them. It's one of my one of the funnest I like to play with. And yeah, so I wish everyone a happy holidays. I hope everyone's had a nice Christmas, and yeah, keep playing Vanguard, and yeah, thanks everyone for watching.